Hey there everyone, welcome to Guide Ahead, and probably the hardest stage to do right now in this event is GA-8. Of course, all the boss stages will always give people some form of stress. I don't think the stage is particularly that difficult if you borrow a certain 6-star operator, and it might be a 6-star operator that surprises you this time around. If you do understand the mechanics of this event and you use it to your advantage, you can then have a much easier time over here. So let's first take a look at the enemies that we have. Right? So we've got the Pathfinder Legionarius. This is simple stuff. They have low defense, low resistance. This one has low defense and low resistance, and he has a higher attack when he has an ammo, and he only has a high attack once. And then we've got the Grenade Launcher. So this guy has a slightly longer range, about 2 tiles, and he's able to do an AoE physical damage, and he's gonna have a total of 2 ammo. If let's say he gets close to any gelato stop, which I'll explain what that is later on, he's gonna deal arts damage instead, so be very careful of that. Then you've got the Pathfinder Desert Vendor, probably one of the tougher enemies in this event, so you can think of this as like a big defense and resistance kind of unit. So when he holds an ammo, he's able to summon a snack card, and he's able to deal significantly increased damage to enemies blocking him. So you have to be very careful of that. Like this B attack is a scam. It's probably like A+ or something. And then you got the snack card. So the snack card is able to detonate when it's being blocked. The moment it gets blocked, it just explodes. And it deals arts damage and burn damage to all nearby targets. So when the burn damage the meter completely goes down to 0, it's gonna deal, I believe it's 1,000 arts damage onto whatever ally that is. So as far as possible, you want to try to cause the burn damage only on super high HP operators, and he's able to deal a large amount of arts damage if there's any gelato stops nearby. Now, this boss has a lot of things to read, but let's understand this together. So he can't be blocked, alright? So if you've been trying to like hold him down with some operator, you simply can't. When he's holding ammo, he has increased attack, and the attacks will cause the ammo to bounce to a nearby target, up to a maximum of 5 bounces. So the thing about this bouncing mechanism is that if you put an operator here and you put another operator side by side, or if it's not an operator, if it's a tower, the attack that he deals will bounce between the 2 things. So if it's operator to operator, it will just bounce once, bounce, 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 a maximum of 5 times. Even if it's an operator and tower, the same thing will happen again. But if you place only an operator with no one else or no tower beside it, the attack will stop at this operator because you're not allowing the attack to bounce. So this is one of the mechanisms that is going to help you so much later in this stage. After losing a certain percentage of HP, he creates a permanent field effect, which is called Light on Two Sufferers. Enemies standing within it will take reduced physical and arts damage and gain 50% physical and arts dodge. So you basically want to try to kill him in a zone where when he casts this diamond-shaped thing, it doesn't have any other enemies who can, get buffed by it. But the most important thing I need you to take note is notice how it says physical and arts damage, but it doesn't say true damage. It is a huge hint as to which 6-star is going to be a superstar in this particular stage. After being defeated once, enters his second form, gaining a huge attack, and he's periodically able to cast Ashes to Ashes, Dust to Dust. Anduin stops attacking and scans the battlefield from left to right, locking onto 5 targets before dealing a massive physical damage to them. So the way that he scans is there's this scanner line that will go left to right, and then it will scan from top to bottom. So when it has 5 targets in total, it will then explode with like a big physical damage. So if there's, let's say, a 6th target that is within the scan area, the 6th target will not receive the physical damage. So it's another hint for you guys as to what could be done in this stage. Now that you understand the mechanisms, let's look at the operators that we're using. So because even though there's reduced physical and arts damage, there's also the dodge that happens, this boss isn't going to be able to dodge monsters' true damage ability. So that's why we're going to feature Calcid Skill Tree M3 here. Do note that Calcid is a very difficult operator to replace if you want to do, like this easy guide kind of thing. Null Alter doesn't work because Null Alter needs to block the enemy in order to deal true damage. Hence, even if you try to skill tree him, it's not going to work out. Amiya's skill tree is pretty damn good in this stage against the boss, so you can kind of give that a try. Apart from that, I don't think there's any other operators that you can consider that much. There are some operators that deal true damage, but it's not as crazy of a boss killing skill. If not, you're probably gonna throw all your boss damage dealers at this guy. So when he casts the thing, maybe you'll just throw in your Surtur, your Silver Ash, your Chen Outer, everything at him. But if you want the simple 1 6-star only solution, Calcit is probably your best option here. So if you don't have a Calcit skill tree M3, you can borrow from a friend, and if you don't have a friend with that, you can come to my Discord server and add someone over there. Then next up, there's gonna be two defenders that you see here, a Gumi and a Cardigan. So Gumi needs to be a healing defender. Any great constant healing defender that you have will be good, so people like Nerl and Saria, those are great replacement options. Doesn't need to be E2, just E1 will do. The other defender, I let it be your choice. It doesn't have to be a defender, as long as you put it as someone with a super high HP, higher the better it's gonna be. Because you're gonna try to beat the attack of the boss, and you want this operator to survive as much as possible. So that's why I'm bringing someone like Cardigan. So if you want to take something like Mudrock, a Nien, a Skadi, you can do just that. And that's also why there's a Gravel in play. Gravel doesn't need to be E2, and E1 level 60 Gravel, or even level 50 will do, skill 2 rank 7. Gravel is going to be used to bait the boss attack later on, so that he doesn't attack the towers, but attack this operator instead. Alright? And finally, Dunner. A first time I'm featuring Dunner in the guide. But the reason why I'm featuring Dunner is not because you need a Dunner. It's so freaking easy to replace a Dunner, alright? As long as this person has a high defense and a high HP, how high am I speaking? You just add the defense and the HP up. When the boss does the scan line effect, the physical damage that she does is 1,800, so it's quite big. As long as you have a damn good physical damage dealer like a Taunts, a Blaze, a Mountain, a Mudrock, maybe a Spectre, who else might you want to consider? Lapland, also pretty damn good. Asbestos, also good to replace. So a great physical damage dealer. All those kind of operators can replace Dunner super easily. Alright, so don't stress out that I'm taking a Dunner, but I don't want to bring like a 3-star operator because they're pretty tough to use. You can also try to use an Arts Guard, so someone like Amiya, you want to use Estacia, maybe you want to use Sedoroka or Surtur. Surtur don't use skill 3 by the way, use skill 1 or 2. Then that's that. We're gonna make use of the towers to help us as much as possible in this stage. So let's play the stage with these 5 operators. The rest of these stuff here, feel free to bring whatever strong units that you have. GA-8, Shadow and Ash. Right, begin the stage with a healing defender. So you can place a healing defender right over here. And then place your damage dealer, the best damage dealer that you ever got. I don't care what it is. You wanna put the Blaze there, you wanna put the Taunts there, maybe even Silver Ash, I'm not sure, Mountain, anything goes. Just place that person right here, and if they have a skill to activate, go ahead and do so. When the boss appears, use Gravel to bait his attacks. Do note that if you read the tutorial properly, the tower gives SP to any operator standing within it. So this tower is an amazing tower because it helps your Dunner to replace SP. Then place Calcit over here, facing to the left. Don't worry about this tower being under attack, it's fine. Then place Gravel again, bait this Mortar Gunner's ability. And then remove her. And then trade for a monster back into the stage. Activate your Dunner skill whenever it's ready. Or whatever operator you have, to be honest. Any super damn good operator. When the boss appears there, just place a Gravel here to beat his attacks. Then he'll stop attacking the towers. Once the boss gets close to monster's range, you can turn on monster. You can remove Gravel by the way, not needed anymore. And watch as monster just peel off his phase 1. Because he simply cannot dodge true damage. The scan line is going to happen, as you see. And notice how the scan line scans these 5 things, the tower and the 2 defenders, but not Calcit. So Calcit will remain safe. Whereas the defenders with high defense, they'll endure the attacks. Now place Gravel here. let Gravel beat his attacks. It's okay if he attacks the tower once. Let's turn on Dana's skill. When Gravel dies, you can replace... Okay, place monster here first, facing to the right. And then when Gravel dies, replace with a defender or whatever high health unit that you brought. Right over there. Once the boss gets into monster's range, you can turn on monster skill. And then again, watch as monster peel the boss away. Damn impressive. Okay, remove monster, and then you're done. Now, do not place any range unit here. If you place a range unit here, what will happen is that the boss will attack monster, and then the bouncing attack will cause the bounce to jump to this operator and this operator. So you want to separate your operators as much as possible. And a thing to learn about this stage is that you notice this tile that I placed someone here. So that is what we call the baiting tile. Because this tile allows the operators to, you know, take the boss's attack, but at the same time, the sad thing is that the boss can't have his attack bouncing to the towers, which is why it's damn good. Ooh, Gumi is almost dead. Feel free to add like a defender. You can replace Cardigan in, maybe add a medic in. Like, it's quite easy to change up this strategy a bit. Alright, and then just turn on monster skill for the last guy. It should be really simple to follow. I wish you all a good time in Guide Ahead. I hope you're enjoying the event and the story as well in this desert team place. Alright, that's it. I shall see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.